Hello, everyone. I hope everyone's doing great. Hope everyone's having a great week and will have a great weekend. I am speechless. It feels like I always say that in every video. My Ultra Instinct video, the Figuarts Goku, got is sitting at 1,400 views. I never expected that for any of my videos to get to that point. I am super happy and I got new subscribers and I want to thank y'all for hitting that subscribe button and actually liking my stuff. I don't think I'm that appealing, but I'm super happy that y'all find me informative, which I really want to try to do in my videos, and entertaining as well because I don't want to be boring and kind of just monotone. So I'm also glad for the viewers who also commented. Um, I had a couple conversations on there and had a little bit of feedback, but yeah, I want to say thank you everyone, and I wanted to bring another special video that's also an exclusive. I want to say I bring you SHFiguarts Majin Vegeta exclusive edition. This is a 2023 San Diego Comic Con exclusive. It was also the Jiraiya one that I also posted not too long ago, maybe a month ago, I want to say. So yeah, well, this is a little bit special just like that. And if anyone is interested in Majin Vegeta, hopefully this video will make you or give you a decision whether or not you want to get it or not. But I'm rambling way too long. We'll get inside the box and see what we have. All right, we are back. So this is a fairly large box actually. First impressions, the blue is such a good pick. It's kind of blurry here, or not blurry, but very reflective because of the ring light. But this blue, I don't think the camera does it justice. It pops out. They usually do this design for most of their, I don't know, maybe if I zoom out just a little bit. Sweet. There we go. They do this design for most of their exclusive Dragon Ball boxes. I know Jiraiya is an exclusive, but he doesn't come like this. It just looks like a regular Figuarts box, suffice to say. But it's a little dinged up over here. It's a funny story. I didn't go to San Diego Comic Con. I had a coworker who did go, and she was super great, and she was able to get me and another coworker the Jiraiya and this Majin Vegeta. Unfortunately, mine didn't come like this, but when she put it in her suitcase, she said, it was neatly packed, but whenever she opened it up when she got home from San Diego, this happened. And I wasn't too, butthurt about it. I knew I was gonna open this up anyways, so it was no biggie. But we'll get into what's inside. I don't want to prolong this video, but we'll see the insides. Okay, I have not yet mastered this, but hopefully I can angle it good enough. Okay, I think that's as best as I'm gonna get before everything starts falling out. So we can obviously see in the back a key effect where him powering up, which is honestly neat to have. I'm super glad that this came with this particular Majin Vegeta. This is the second version of Majin Vegeta. The first one came out, oh man, I think it's already been a decade. I could be wrong, but I know it's been quite some time because it has the older face, which in my opinion doesn't really look good. But I know for nostalgic reasons, some people do like that face. And this one does come with quite a bit of things. I know the other one didn't, so I think it's a great set, or a great figure to have. So we have some lightning effects that you connect to the power up effect. Here. They're all different, so it's really cool. Then you have different pairs of hands. You have some, charging stance hands, and his, what's his key blast, like his little single key blast that he does in the show. Then you have his multiple, or is like closed, open palm hand. Let me take this out. I'm actually gonna. Yeah, this is another key blast that he does. Key blast hand. And then you have a pair of fists. So that already came on the figure. Sweet. And now you have 5 different faces. I'm trying to remember how much I spent on this. I know it was retail, which was maybe, dang, 80 bucks, 90 bucks, which is pretty much a good, it's a steal. You have effects, you have multiple hands, and you have multiple faces. Usually you get 2 or 3, but no, not 3 or 4. Yeah, 3 or 4, but we have 5. That's honestly pretty good. All right, so we have he's kind of looking to the side, stern face, his smirking face up there. I'll do little close-up shots of him in a bit. He has the non-poker face, or poker face. I had to say that twice. His grinning, laughing, and then his angry, open mouth face. So, super neat. I'll take this figure out. I'll take these out and show you the different faces up close. Here goes his, was just looking to the sides face. Nicely detailed. I think it's nicely sculpted too. His little vein is popping out, just like in the show. So it's real nice. His smirking face. Usually what he does when he's being cocky. Real nice. I need to get one of those. I've seen people have transparent poles and they just kind of have sticky tack on the very end and stick them to the whatever face. I need to get one of those because I think a little bit of color theory, my skin tone doesn't really contrast well with the accessories, so I need to invest no, just because of that I need to invest in one of those. So yeah, here we got his open mouth, angry, even has another, whoa, I didn't see that he has a vein on the other side. His pissed off face. Shadow really gets it. They're all nicely painted. And yeah, these are all transparent hairs. So it's a transparent piece and they paint over it. So it's very interesting. And then his laughing face, which I don't remember seeing that. Well, anyways, his laughing face. Here's another thing. Wait, do they all have? No. Okay. Yes, I noticed he has another. Is that it? That has to be a typo. He has another second vein. Interesting. And it looks different. So that's weird. I'm gonna have to check other people's videos if that's the case. Weird. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So we have the figure in hand. My opinion. This is my first Majin Vegeta, so I ain't really bugging about it. His hair, though, after closer inspection, does have a little bit of a chip on his hair. That's kind of unfortunate, and I think what's one of the reasons why I've seen most comments about these types of hair, it's just been about inconsistency. They only usually do this with exclusives. I really wish they just kept it just a solid color, and I think that it gets it. It's really nice, but you have to really make use of it, which have a backlight and going through the hair. But even then, I tried doing that, and it's not as effective as you may think. The only good hair that any Figuarts Dragon Ball character has is the Kaioken Goku. They didn't use paint over it, so they just used a solid translucent blue. It looks great. I don't know why they didn't do that with this one, where it's just a translucent yellow, but I don't know. I don't know what Figuarts does sometimes for their figures. Figuarts does for their figures. Yes, I think that's how I said it. But let's get to the articulation first, and then we'll knock out the paint. Start from the top. We have, obviously sits on a ball joint. Gets that much not articulation. What's the word? It's not remember. I'm already blanking on it. It goes that far. I'm just say that far back, and then far forward, which is normally how he sits or looks normal. If you have him looking forward, he looks kind of weird. It's kind of a perspective thing. His neck does move, although it's not tight. It's just pretty snug on there. So whenever you do move it, you'll have to kind of take off his head, move his neck. But even then, I don't even see a point in doing that when you realize that you don't really move the neck as much. So he does, his arms do move that way. That doesn't do a full horizontal arm stretch. He does have butterfly joints, so if you want him flexing, showing off his muscles, you can definitely. He does have a form of chest movement, but it's not too much though. He goes that much forward. You can, if you spend too much, you probably might just snap off the chest, and that much back. It's not a lot. It's a decent amount, but he only looks good posing, and maybe because I haven't had him fighting anyone, so it does look kind of weird. He does have bicep swivel on both sides. He does not have double jointed elbows. Just in case anyone is wondering, I have been traumatized by the Master or the Ultra Instinct Goku. I always thought they had double jointed elbows, but I guess they don't. They move just a little bit, but it's not a lot. And I don't want to have to test it even further and break this one. So he has this much range anyways, so that's all you really need for this kind of figure. He does have a ball jointed elbow hand. Swivel. Right, actually, no, he has a ball joint. Let me see. Yeah, ball joint waist. Goes side to side, and pretty good ab crunch. He does have articulation on the legs. Let's see how far they spread without breaking them. That's pretty much all he has. It's the range that he has for his legs. They do go forward that much. I'm just scared breaking these things now. He does have thigh swivel, but not a lot. It just goes that much because it starts to block it on the butt area. He does have double jointed knees though, so that's great. Finally, double jointed joints where they belong. And sits on ball jointed ankle and hinge toes, and he has hinge ball jointed hinge arms and shoulders. So we'll have him posing with the effects, and we'll change out the faces and hands and see what we got. Oh, paint! Almost forgot about paint. Jeez, just kind of seeing what I'm going a little bit too fast. Okay, so paint. Here's one nitpick that I do have. He doesn't have paint on his chest, but he has paint on his legs. Now, it's weird when it's kind of annoying when you pay a premium on certain figures and you don't get it all the way through, or like some paint applications aren't done properly. He has highlighting on his thick thighs and on his shin area, but not on his boots. He for sure doesn't have it on his waist, his ab or chest, but he does have a little bit of, I want to say, highlight on his sleeves. But it's like, if you can do it up here, you can for sure do it on the front. It just kind of looks weird in person. You can actually see it. I was kind of highlighted here, and it's just glare. And it's maybe I could have gone not a wrong one, but a defected one where it doesn't have a lot of paint applications, but it's just not visible. So yeah, I mean, I don't. That's my only nitpick for this figure, is just the paint. I mean, I wish they did it all over, just like the UI Goku with the chest. But like, I don't really care about the back because I'm not really gonna be posing the figure with his back turned. So that is my only gripe for this Vegeta. So now we'll put all the accessories and I'll get right back. All right. So here we have Vegeta. He's a little bit unstable. I think his feet or his toes are not positioned correctly, so he's kind of off balance. And I don't know if that's a common thing for Vegetas. I've gotten a lot of Vegetas. I just haven't opened them and reviewed them, so hopefully I can start to realize if that is the case. But this wobble a little bit when I move the table. So the effect has peg holes where you can insert these ball joints or ball jointed lightning effects. It's a little bit tricky or hard to get on because you don't want to break these because they're kind of fragile. So what I did was I put it in and I just started twisting and then force it in and then until it popped in. That's the best way I can think. You can probably heat it up, but I mean, this is just a lightning effect. You can probably just glue it back together if you ever need to. So you can also, without dropping him, you can position these any way you like. So that's, I think, a really nice feature that you can do with squeaking a lot. A feature you can have especially with the Dragon Ball character, you can have different poses for certain effects. So I think that's really neat. This effect over here, this key effect, does have a lot of weight to it, which I'm super glad. It has a lot of weight in the bottom, so you know it's for sure not going to move. The Vegeta, though, does move. It's pretty wobbly. My only concern is that if you have him displayed, you can have him, tip over by accident and then you're done. So knock down every other damn figure you have. But I mean, if you position him correctly or distribute him, you can for sure not get that problem. So let's put some different faces on him. I want to see how well he looks with multiple faces. I think I like this pose actually a lot. Kind of have him crazy with a crazy face, different hands, kind of in a fighting stance, ready to fight. It's actually pretty neat combo. I usually like to have my figures in a heroic stance, and I just don't have this. These kind of take up a lot of space when you have them positioned this way. So standing straight, arms, close to their body. It's kind of how I like my figures because it doesn't consume a lot of space. But this combo, if I had the Super Saiyan 2 Goku, where he has the halo over his head from the, oh my gosh, I'm blinking, from the Boost Saga. I know it was but it was an exclusive. I think it was this year or maybe last year. I know it's a super recent figure, so yeah, I think that'd be a really cool combo to have for these two figures. I will pose them differently and kind of wrap up the video. I mean, I don't want to take too much of anyone's time, but I'll be right back. Alrighty, so here we go. Last pose I want to put him in. And honestly, I've been thinking about it. He only really looks good when he is in a standing position, only because the way they built the aura effect, it doesn't wrap around enough to kind of put him in any other positions, and these lightning effects kind of hinder him from moving outwards. So if you don't put these lightning effects on, then you can easily pose them in any other position. But when it comes to me personally, when it comes to Majin Vegeta, him standing and doing like a simple ki blast pose, or where he's kind of being stoic in a way. It just fits him. In conclusion, honestly, I think this is a really good figure. It's kind of underwhelming when you have it. And one thing that I did notice is that the mold lines for the, it's kind of doing a U, or not U, a peace sign, that whenever they molded this, it could just be mine. They almost as if they didn't bother to clean this up, or clean up, you know, the mold line, not the mold lines, but the mold markings, and it just looks weird. And it could be my luck with toys. I mean, it could be, you know, I have a weird karma or whatever, luck with toys. But besides those, I think paying, because I originally paid 90 for this when it first came out, I think it was worth it. The hard thing is that getting it now, I think you're looking at 120, I believe, 130, and it's pretty expensive. If you can find one cheaper than any of that, I honestly say great, go for it. Usually my rule of thumb is getting it loose is probably better because you get it for more of a deal. Now, if you realize that the loose prices are more expensive than the, or just as expensive as the sealed, just get it sealed. Better just to pay like extra $10 for the sealed one. But yeah, I honestly, this figure, really love the faces on these, and honestly, proportion wise, they pretty much knocked it out the park. His neck, yeah, and his neck is really, you know, pretty lengthy, or not lengthy, but is proportionate to his body. Really muscular. Oh, oops, hopefully it wasn't too loud. Really proportionate. So yeah, overall, if I wanted to rate this figure, it'd probably be sitting at an 8, if any of that matters to any of you. But yeah, I will be reviewing hopefully soon another exclusive Goku. I will not tell which one it is, but hopefully everyone is excited for that. Yeah, I will see everyone next week. Bye.